All right, what's good, man? Let's get into it. Let's talk about Caleb Williams and let's talk about the Chicago Bears. So, for anybody who doesn't know, anybody who hasn't, has been living under a rock, the Chicago Bears are in a new era. They traded Justin Fields to the Pittsburgh Steelers, and they're starting brand new. And honestly, the way how the Bears have been moving off season wise, they get an A plus from me. They get an A plus from me. DeAndre Swift, A plus. A fourth round pick for a Keenan Allen, A plus. Good signings at the offensive line, A plus. I mean, I know they got him towards like the middle of the season last year, but Monte Sweat from Washington, A plus. The Bears have the first pick and the ninth pick. The Bears are in such great position, and they traded Justin Fields for, I mean, a 6th round pick, and it could be a conditional 4th round pick if Justin Fields plays 51% of the snaps in with Pittsburgh. Which, if Russell Wilson falls down his face, is a possibility. I mean, listen, they got something for Fields. They got something because it was looking like they're gonna have to keep him, get nothing for him, or cut him and get nothing for him. So a 6th round pick is better than just letting him sit on the bench and letting him be released and go wherever team that he wants to. So Bears have gotten A pluses. They got A pluses. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. But the real question here and the gist of this video is, are we sure they're going to draft Caleb Williams? Now, people are going to sit here and say, RJ, you're dumb, you're stupid, you don't know what you're talking about. But obviously, they're going to draft Caleb Williams. He's the best quarterback in this draft. And I agree. I do think he has the most upside in this draft. I do think he's the best quarterback in this draft. I think he's better than Daniels. I think he's better than Penix, Bo, JJ, Drake May. I think he's better than all of them. But we still got a month. As I'm about to post this video, we still got a month, little less than a month, little over than a month of the NFL draft. A lot of things can happen. And Caleb Williams, and I mean this respectfully, and because he's one of my favorite NBA players. And shout out to my boy Val. Me and my boy Val were actually talking about this. Caleb Williams has a little Kyrie Irving, Kyler Murray to him, where he can come out and say, I don't want to play for the Bears. If the Bears draft me, I'm not playing. I'll go back to college. I'll go to the USFL. Like, he has that capability. And I do somewhat believe in the reports that he doesn't want to play for the Bears. Because the guy came out with a list of what teams he wanted to play for, like during the college football season, like a couple games during the college football season, and said he wants to play for Washington, the Patriots, the Giants, the Jets. I think there's the Raiders. I know there's a few other teams on there too, and they did not have the Bears on there. And there's been reports from his team saying he doesn't want to play for the Bears, the 7th, and I honestly, I'm gonna keep it real with you. I honestly believe it. I really do believe it. Caleb Williams is that type of guy. He's on that Kyrie Irving stuff. And I don't mean that as an insult, but he'll tell you straight up, listen, I want to play for you. I don't want to play for you. He keeps it straight up, which I respect. So I do think the Bears will draft Caleb Williams, but I'm also very, very, very hesitant as of right now if they are. If things are going as they are now, where he came out and said, my team didn't really say that, and things go normally, he has a good meeting with the Bears, because I know the Bears are meeting with him on the 20th. I think everything will be good. I think he'll get drafted by the Bears. But the draft is April 25th. As I'm recording this, it's April the 18th. So I'm assuming free agency is kind of dead right now, so I can go back to posting my 1 to 2 o'clock videos in the evening, East Coast time. If there's any more other free agency like signings that are big, like, if Justin Jefferson gets traded, then I'll get a separate video at night. But other than that, any other free agency signings, we'll talk about it on the Unfiltered Sports podcast, which you should be watching every single Sunday. Best podcast on YouTube, best podcast on TV too. Or if there's anything big, then I might save it for another video, but it is what it is. But I'm not sure. I want to say I'm not sure. I'm very hesitant. The Bears could go a different direction at quarterback. And let's not act like this hasn't happened. Baker Mayfield in 2018 was not supposed to be the first overall pick. As an Oklahoma fan, you had people saying Baker Mayfield he's a 2nd rounder. He's a late 1st rounder. He's going to go to Buffalo. He's going to go to some other team that had like a late pick. And people were even saying he might drop to the second round. This is a guy who's in the NCAA playoffs and who's the Heisman Trophy winner. And people were saying he's going to the second round. But he had a good meeting with the Browns. Meanwhile, Josh Rosen, if you guys remember him, that clown, TRL, an awesome kid, can tell you how much this guy was a clown for the Cardinals. And Sam Darnold had bad interviews with the Browns. They ended up I remember that day like it was just. I remember I was at school, and I just remember because the draft was like on a Thursday or a Wednesday, whatever, or a Tuesday. I don't even remember. And I remember, and I'm an Oklahoma fan. The Giants had like the second pick. That was the Saquon draft, unfortunately. Still makes me sick to my stomach. And I was like, I want Sam Darnold, I want Josh Rosen, I want Baker, I want Lamar, I wanted a quarterback for my Giants, right? And there was talk that the Giants only wanted Sam Darnold. And I heard there was a lot of talk that Baker Mayfield was going to be the first overall pick. That same day on the draft day, the day before that, the weeks before that, there was no indication the Browns were going to take Baker. And then that day on draft night, they took Baker Mayfield. And it shocked me. It probably shocked the whole NFL world. And, it is what it is. I don't want to go through the whole emotions there because, we end up taking that bum in Philly right now. But it is what it is. But do not be shocked if something comes out even that day, draft day, April 25th, where they might take a May. They might take a Bo Mix or a Penix because they have a good interview. Because I'm pretty sure the Bears are going to send scouts. They're going to do the due diligence and interview Penix and Jaden Daniels and Drake May and even J.J. McCarthy. If they draft J.J. McCarthy with the first overall pick, that's a fireball offense. But, it is what it is. And maybe Caleb Williams maybe he has a bad interview, or maybe he tells straight up, I don't want to play for the Bears. I'm not interested in playing for the Bears. It's not going to hurt it's going to hurt his draft stock with the Bears. The Bears are not going to take him. But at the same time, Washington's definitely going to take him. And if somehow, some way Washington don't take him, the Patriots sure will. And if they don't take him, my Giants will. So Caleb's not falling out the top 10. He is nowhere falling out the top 10. So Caleb's smart enough to know, like, listen, if the Bears don't take me, I'm going number 2. I'll be the second overall pick to the Washington. He gets to go back home. I know he's from D.C. He gets to go back home. So don't be shocked. I do believe if I had to put my money on it, if my life was on the line, I do think the Bears are going to draft Caleb Williams. But don't be shocked if Caleb comes out and says, I don't want to play for the Bears. Don't be shocked if he intentionally, him or his team, ruin his draft stock. I mean, this is the same guy who came out during the college football season and said he wants ownership of a team. Like, come on. Like, you can say whatever you want about Caleb Williams. He's not stupid. He knows he's not getting any ownership of any NFL team. Any NFL team. Why else would he come out and say that unless he's trying to hurt his draft stock? Unless he knew the Bears were going to get the first overall pick. Because let me ask you something. If Washington, if the Giants, if the Patriots, if the Raiders were the first overall pick, one of the teams that he wanted to play for was the first overall pick, you think he'll be doing all this? You think he would cancel his medical reports at the combine? You think his team will be coming out saying he doesn't want to play for the Bears or he's doing this, that, and the third? I'm just saying. Bears fans, NFL fans, or even Washington fans, whoever the case may be, just watch out for that. Just watch out for that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I would love for Caleb Williams to come to my Giants. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I would love for Caleb Williams to come to my deal. Caleb, man, I saw the Giants on your list, bro. It's a pipe dream. I'm not even gonna waste my time. But I mean, listen, as it comes to this, man. As of right now, I do believe they're drafting Caleb Williams, but be cautionary. Just remember the whole Baker Mayfield, Josh Rosen, and Sam Darnold incident. It very well could happen in this draft too. But that's my thoughts. What are yours? What's your thoughts on this and this theory of this and the Chicago Bears? RJ out.